What's going on, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. If you're a returning subscriber, as always, guys, welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. Guys, I've been covering the Tyre Nichols trial. I let out a video earlier this morning about some of the highlights of what happened yesterday in court, and some more highlights have come out, more news. Now, you guys were waiting for it last night, and I apologize for not putting it up. The news came out really late. I was in bed. You know, we was all wondering what was going on with the update. Massive bombs have been dropped since yesterday. And I'm going to continue going over these real fast to bring you guys up to speed of how crazy this trial has become. Now, before I get into that, you'll see I got blue stuff on my hands. This is from formaldehyde with blue dye in it. I cannot get the dye off. I washed my hands 1,000 times. I can't get it off. So I don't want you to be like, what's up with the blue hands? I'm telling you now. Now, let's get into this. In addition to what we talked about earlier in today's video, earlier's video about the 3 Scorpion team members, Justin Smith, Tadarius Bean, and Demetrius Haley, having their lawyers tell the judge they want acquittals because they're citing that it's not enough substantial evidence to convict these men, even though they're on videotape. Go make it make sense. I don't understand the defense strategy. And remember, we talked about that. I said, what is the defense strategy going to be with them being caught on tape? The only thing they're hanging on to is 3 things. And each is different by each lawyer. Tadarius Bean says his body camera fell off a minute after he found Tyre Nichols, which we talked about. Demetrius Haley saying he got there late, so he don't know what was done to Tyre Nichols when he got there to help arrest and apprehend this dangerous suspect. And Justin Smith says, and I want you to remember this, he was pepper sprayed, so he was blinded and didn't see Tyre Nichols getting beat. You was blinded, but you knew to grab him, and you knew where he was to put your hands on him. You didn't grab just anybody, and you didn't look like a blind man on there when you was grabbing him and holding him to get punched in the face. Now, check out this new video. They got more information about what happened yesterday. And it's just mind-blowing how these guys are just fighting for air in a room with no oxygen. Look.
System, more insight into what members of the Memphis Police Scorpion Squad were thinking the night Tyre Nichols was beaten.
We're hearing what some of those officers told the FBI. WREG's April Thompson is our reporter in court. April, the FBI says at least one officer said the death was his fault.
Yeah, that's what Agent Anthony Householder testified to today. He was the second person the prosecution called before they wrapped up their case, the final witness being a nurse. Day 14 of the federal trial of 3 former Memphis police officers saw former officer Desmond Mills back on the stand. Wrapping up his testimony, Mills recalled the night he heard the radio traffic from his Scorpion team about a suspect who was tased, pepper sprayed, and still managed to get away from police. He said he thought it was, quote, BS. But he went to the call out of duty as an officer. Mills admitting to prosecutors, I knew the night of January 7th was bad. I knew punches were thrown. I knew excessive force was used. When I looked at the video from that night with my attorney, I couldn't hold it no more. I wasn't going to say I did right. I wanted to tell the truth to the family, to the city. I want to make it right. After his testimony, we asked Mills' attorney about his statements. He's done. He doesn't have anything else left.
Yeah, it's a sentencing hearing.
That's sentencing? Yeah. Were you pleased with his testimony?
No further comments today. Sorry.
After Mills, prosecutors called FBI Special Agent Anthony Householder to testify. He interviewed Justin Smith and Tadarius Bean after Tyre Nichols died. He said in voluntary statements, Smith accepted accountability for his part in the beating, saying he was wrong to hold Tyre Nichols while he was being hit, and that Smith said it was his fault Nichols died. He had failed him. Agent Householder testified. Tadarius Bean said he omitted information because he didn't want to bring harm to his team and didn't want to be labeled a snitch. The FBI also obtained text messages that were sent from Demetrius Haley's phone. Householder says one of those was between Haley and Bean minutes after the beating. Haley asking Bean, did you look at your body cam? Bean texting back,
Yeah, you look at yours. My camera fell off after 1 minute, so it was flat on the ground. Haley replying, okay, bet. And I wasn't over there when you got dude.
Now, the prosecution has wrapped up its case, and the defense has started calling witnesses. The first two DNA testers that worked with the TBI, they were on the stand this afternoon. But the judge still has to consider a motion for acquittal that was really filed by all three defendants. They want their cases acquitted. They're saying that the government's case is deficient and has fatal flaws. Judge Mark Norris says he will take that under consideration, under advisement. He hasn't ruled on that yet, but in the meantime, the trial continues, and more defense witnesses are expected to be on the stand in the morning. Reporting for your news leader, I'm April Thompson, WREG News Channel 3.
All right, guys, with the way this is going, that's the reason why you see me put the Cash App up. I think I got to be down there by Monday. I don't think this thing might not make it past today. They might close this out with closing statements today, closing arguments. But I got to get down there. So, I mean, I'm going to be watching this story closely. I got the Cash App up, and thank you so much to everybody that's contributed so far. It means a lot to me. Go down there, be in the courtroom. I can be my own eyes and ears, and you know I'm descriptive when I tell you everything that's going on, and be down there for the verdict. So I've already made arrangements since the last couple hours to push some work I got outside of the house, you know, business-wise, around again, to go down there and spend some time down there and get this thing done. See this thing through. Let's get back into this, though. None of this is funny, but it's hard to believe that these are grown men. And the defensive strategy is this simple and crazy. This is a Fed trial. You got the feds bringing witness after witness after witness. Now here you come with a handful of witnesses trying to dispel what was said before. Now, what did they say? Desmond Mills III was on the stand again. I knew when they made that call, it was what? BS. Now, regardless if you think the man is sorrowful or not, I honestly think he's sorrowful. I think he was the weakest person in the Scorpion team, and he succumbed to peer pressure. Should have opened his damn mouth, even though he said he had special need kids and a wife and all that. He should have did that for them. Because if you didn't want to do this job and all this other stuff, that went into your frustration out there in the field. You can't do a job if your head is not in the game, whether you're a police officer, athlete, or just anybody doing a job where you got to have your head on the swivel when your life is at stake. So that right there, man, come on, man. Come on. That's the thing. I was always taught to speak up. Don't matter how bad you look. To those that don't care about you anyway, say something. Said he heard the call. It was BS. He knew, but he went. Because they got to respond to each other. He went. Still beat on it. Also said what? As soon as it was over, I got with my lawyer, and I felt I owe it to the city. I owe it to everybody. I owe it to the family. I owe it to him. You owed that to everybody before when you had that fucking badge on your chest and was out there doing everything opposite of what you were supposed to do. You didn't serve and protect. You didn't uphold the public trust. You damaged it just like everybody else. You're sorrowful, but is it only because she got caught? Now, they had the FBI interviewer that interviewed all them guys. What did he say? Bean said, I was just riding with the team. I didn't want to be called the snitch. Told you he was a follower. Didn't I tell you by looking at the situation a year ago? I said Bean is a follower. And you just heard it. Regardless of something being bad, you went along with it to be liked by those that are unlikable. That's she where you at? My body camera fell off a minute after. So what? There's other cameras there, and the eye in the sky don't lie. Look at this. I get the hell he laughs. Justin Smith Tyre Nichols is dead because of me. I let him down. You're fucking right you did. Leader of the Scorpion team, field leader, you out there. Appointed by Field Lieutenant Dwayne Smith, your daddy. You out there. It goes according to you. And you went out there and let Emmett Martin and Demetrius Haley run the show while you sat there looking stupid like the Three Stooges that y'all are at the stand right now. And things are what they are. What'd he say? I was pepper sprayed. I was blinded. I couldn't tell when you punched him in his face when he was on the ground. You and Bean. I couldn't tell when you grabbed him multiple times. When you took your hands off, you grabbed him again. You wasn't blinded then. See the game? They're grabbing at straws that aren't even there. This is, man, I've never seen a trial like this. Did you see the other day, Ben Crump, whether you feel good about him or not, did you see him throw his hands up? He said, I ain't never, and he kept slapping his leg. Seeing the trial is emotional as this. Neither have I. This is stupid stuff. And it's shameful. It's shameful. A man is dead and you don't even have a legitimate excuse as to why he is. According to police protocol, you try to blame Memphis Police Department, the people that got you, gave you that job, and you relished that job. You try to blame their policies, saying they was confusing, especially you, Tredarius Bean. You tried to, it's so confusing. Why'd you ask questions before you went out there and kicked ass? Policy. We don't know what the use of policy force. It's so confusing, the use of force policy. Everybody know you don't punch somebody in the face when you in uniform. It's like cops don't watch the news. You seen other cops get their behinds messed up. You ain't never heard of George Floyd and these other people that was messed up from doing crazy stuff to normal citizens. Cut the book. Man, I almost cussed. I'm trying to not to cuss. It's Friday. Listen, these people look stupid, and rightfully so. If there's anything good coming out of this, guys, it's the fact that they ain't got nowhere to run. No dark corners to go to now because the light is fully on them. I'm going to try to get down there Monday. Hopefully they'll be bringing the close to this. But I mean, guys, I got to give y'all the real. I got to go in there and look at this for what it is, see it, see all the intricacies, stuff the media can't tell you. You know I'm going to tell you. And we got to go. Destination Memphis, let's get it. Now I'm going to tell you. What's crazy about this whole thing is all 5 of them that beat on him, I mean viciously beat on him. You got 3 people that stood on standing up there in the courtroom, but the other 2 folded like lawn chairs and testified against these 3. They're all standing up there, but everything, including the video, is contradictory to their defense. And they're still sticking to it. Look at this. Justin Smith already said it was his fault because he was the team leader. That's an admission of guilt, if you ask me. Demetrius Haley, let's get on him. What do you say, y'all? You had your body camera on, he started texting. He's the one that took all the pictures, sent them to people that wasn't even at the crime scene. You know what I'm saying? Sent pictures out, showing people his ex-girlfriend and all these other people. Doing some unprofessional policing. Now he texting them after work, texting his boy, the follower, Bean. Hey, you got your body cam? Man, my body cam fell off a minute after we grabbed it. Okay, good, because I wasn't there when y'all got dude. What does that tell you? This guy is the worst out of all of them. Emmett Martin is bad, but he's the worst. Of course, the psychological aspect, he knew he was gonna, he wanted to kill Tyre Nichols. What did he say at the end when he was running his mouth? I got some licks in, Bean got some licks in, we started rocking with him, and then I said, oh Lord, we're gonna have to kill this man. And you killed him. Everybody had their body cam on for that, and they heard it. So it don't matter if Bean had his on or not. And then look at the statement after that. Yeah, because I wasn't there when y'all got dude. They all knew Tyre Nichols was going to die. They knew. They knew. We'll see where this thing goes, man, but Haley's the worst to me. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Justice for Tyre Nichols. I told you we're going to ride this train till it stopped moving. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.